Hi, my name's Susan Versen. I'm a reference librarian here at Massanutten Regional Library, and I'm here to welcome you to our first digital book talk. This year's summer reading theme is Imagine Your Story, and we could all use a little escapism right now. What better way than to read some modern retelling of fairy tales? There are many traditional and classic authors who've written fairy tales, and then there's some modern authors who've given us lots of great retellings. These include authors like Neil Gaiman, Alice Hoffman, Mercedes Lackey, Gregory Maguire, Robin McKinley, and Jane Yolen. And they often draw on the classics for inspiration or come up with whole new stories that feel like a classic fairy tale. So we're going to talk about a few of them today. I'm going to start with How to Fracture a Fairy Tale by Jane Yolen. Jane Yolen has written fantasy, science fiction, children's books, poetry, and she is one of the pioneers of retelling the fairy tale. This is her 2018 collection, and it includes 28 stories in it. Short stories are a great way to start in a genre if you're unsure of what you'll like or not like about them. So I would encourage you to check this out. The great thing is she does many different things in this storybook. She'll give you a retelling of a story like The Bridge's Complaint, which is a retelling of the Three Billy Goats Gruff, or she'll retell some stories like Cinder Elephant, where the prince falls in love with Ellie not because of her dress and her shoes, but because of her brains. Short stories, again, a great way to start into a genre. If you like that, you may want to try some others. So I'm going to give you a couple of options here. The first one is by Helen Oyeyemi, and this is her 2019 book, Gingerbread. She's also written a book called Boy Snow Bird, which was Snow White. Gingerbread is a combination of Hansel and Gretel and the Gingerbread Man, and it follows a story of a family and their ties to a gingerbread recipe. So again, this is another one that plays on some classic fairy tales that we know the storyline for, but takes it in a slightly different direction. All the Ever Afters by Danielle Teller, which came out in 2018, is a retelling of the Cinderella story from the point of view of the wicked stepmother. And so you get to see the story a little differently and look at characters in a different way, and it's a whole new version of the story. And then we have Gods of Jade and Shadow by Silvia Moreno-Garcia, which is in 2019. And this is a darker fairy tale, and it's based on Mayan folklore and mythology. And so this is a new one, which is really great because it follows fairy tales that we may not be as familiar with. And then finally, I can't not talk about Neil Gaiman and fairy tales at the same time. So this is a graphic novel version of his short story, Snow, Glass, Apples, which is a retelling of the Snow White story. And all I'm going to say, it's the evil stepmother and vampires, and you really can't get any better than that. So if you're interested in these books, they're all in our collection at Massanutten Regional Library. But if you want to look for more, we put our suggested readings on our website. So if you go to mrlib.org, and then from there go to Find It and Suggested Readings, you'll find a more complete list of some fairy tale retellings, as well as other readers' advisory lists that reference librarians and other librarians in the system have made. So again, if you have any questions, you're always welcome to call us too. We love questions at 540-434-4475, extension 122. Happy reading.